The Panasonic LUMIX G90 was an extremely capable camera, a performance hybrid that excelled in both photography and video. The new LUMIX G90 clearly takes influence from both the G9 and the GH5. Panasonic have upped the megapixels, improved the operability, and added some exciting new video features. We've been fortunate enough to be given the brand new Panasonic LUMIX G90. When I first tried its predecessor, the LUMIX G80, I was really impressed. It did a heck of a lot for its compact size and lightweight price tag. Let's see how the LUMIX G90 compares. At the centre of the camera, you'll find a 20.3 megapixel MOS sensor, quite a big improvement over the G80's 16 megapixels. Panasonic have also done away with the low pass filter for that extra little bit of image sharpness. It's worth noting that this is a pre-production model, so the image and AF performance you see in the video might not be the final result. But having said that, I was pleasantly surprised. The Micro Four Thirds sensor really holds up in contrasty scenes, and tonal gradations and colour reproduction is superb. Admittedly, I haven't had the chance to do any in-depth ISO testing, but the camera has a range from 200 to 25,600, and I have found that so far, up to ISO 6400 is completely usable. The L Monochrome D and grain effect modes are great for getting creative in camera, along with 20 other filters that allow users to quickly add effects on the go. The G90 also has 4K photo and post-focus functionalities. Autofocus uses Panasonic's usual combination of contrast detection and depth from defocus, which, as we know from previous models, is really quick. In fact, Panasonic claimed that this has an autofocus speed of just 0.07 seconds, pretty rapid. The camera tracks subjects really well, and I found that face detection or eye detection is one of my go-to modes. It's really accurate, even in low light. 5-axis dual IS2 compensates for up to 5 stops of shake. Panasonic's image stabilization never fails to impress, enabling the ability to capture both sharp images in low light and effortlessly steady video when shooting handheld. Panasonic haven't told us the camera's maximum burst rate, but it sounds something like this. Pretty quick. We do know that it's got a single SDXC2 memory card slot, however, which will ensure fast write speeds to your card with minimal buffering. When you get the LUMIX G90 in your hands, you'll be surprised at just how lightweight it is at only 536 grams, but lightweight doesn't mean poor build quality. It actually feels really solid. Admittedly, not as much as the G9 or the GH5, but you've got to remember that they're much heavier cameras, and the G80 is also splash and dust resistant. All the dials have a lovely knurled finish to them, and what I particularly like is there's a very positive click between the modes on the mode dial. There's no lock button like you find on some of the other models, but you really don't need it. Talking of buttons, Panasonic have added more, in particular a dedicated white balance, ISO and exposure control button on the top. I particularly love a dedicated ISO button because it is a go-to feature for most photographers. And they've each got a slightly different feel to them, which means you can change them without having to take your eye away from the viewfinder. Coming around to the back of the camera, we see another big change, and that's where Panasonic have removed the multi-section pad and replaced it with a thumb wheel dial. Changing settings is much quicker and much easier. The camera also features a 3-inch OLED touchscreen, which is very responsive and easy to see in bright light. Has both tilt and swivel options, which makes the G90 a very affordable option as a main vlogging camera. The viewfinder on the G80 is also very impressive. It's got a 0.74 magnification, which means it's quite large. It's not too contrasty or over sharpened. In fact, it's just what you see on the back of the screen, really. I was impressed. One of the most exciting new features of the LUMIX G90 is the fact that Vlog now comes as standard. GH5 users will already know that this came as an optional extra, but it's already built into this, so it's brilliant for video. The addition of Vlog now means that users can apply heavy grades to their footage as well as gain more dynamic range in high contrast scenes. And yes, there may not be 422 10-bit and 4K 60p like the GH5 has, but we do have a very respectable 4K at 30p and 60 frames in 1080p. We shot these samples in 4K with Vlog, and while it is 8-bit, the footage does hold up very well. The G90 also has a high-speed mode, enabling users to record impressive slow-motion video up to 120 frames per second in 1080p. For audio, you've got a standard 3.5mm port as well as a headphone port for audio monitoring too. Other ports include HDMI, remote and USB for charging on the go, perfect for travel. I've really enjoyed testing out the LUMIX G90 and I think it's a great little camera, especially for the price tag. If you've liked what you've seen, let us know in the comments, give us a like and subscribe to future videos.